You might think your dog just wants food walks and a few toys, but the truth is they've been hoping for something much deeper, something only you can give. Have you ever noticed the way they look at you quietly without asking for anything? That gaze carries every word they can't say. Do you see me? Do you feel me? Dogs spend their entire lives waiting for moments, not grand gestures, just the little ones that say you matter. And once you understand what those moments truly are, you'll never see your dog the same way again. In this video, we'll explore 10 acts of love your dog silently hopes you'll do in their lifetime, and how each one can change not only their world, but yours too. Act 1. Presence. Be truly there. Have you ever noticed your dog just watching you? Not asking for food, not waiting for a walk, just quietly watching. That moment says everything. They're not bored, they're connecting. To them, your calm presence is the truest form of love. Dogs don't care about your schedule, your messages, or the time on your phone. They live in this breath, this second, this heartbeat. And when you sit beside them with no distractions, even for a few minutes, their whole body softens, because in their world, that's what love feels like. You don't have to say a word. Just let them lean against you, rest their head on your leg, close their eyes, and know they're safe. In the language of dogs, that silence is louder than any "I love you." So maybe tonight, instead of checking one more email, just sit with your dog. Watch the sunset together. Let them feel that you're truly there, not halfway, not almost, but fully. Because to them, that quiet moment isn't small. It's everything. When was the last time you gave your dog your full attention, no phone, no rush, just presence? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. But love isn't always still. Sometimes it runs, jumps, and laughs beside you. Let's talk about that next. The joy of play and why it means more to your dog than you might think. Act 2. Play, joy in motion. Have you ever noticed the way your dog lights up when you pick up a toy or take that first step toward the door? That spark in their eyes, that's pure joy. Because to your dog, play isn't just fun. It's how they say, "I'm happy you're here." When they chase the ball, tug the rope, or run in wild little circles, they're not trying to win. They're trying to connect. Every game, every laugh, every moment you kneel down to meet them on their level tells them we belong to each other. Play is how dogs release emotion, heal stress, and show love all at once. It's their language of laughter, the heartbeat of their happiness. And the beautiful part is it doesn't need to be fancy. 10 minutes of silly fetch, a soft wrestle on the carpet, a walk where you let them sniff and explore at their own pace. These are the memories they carry, not the toys you buy, but the moments you share. Because to your dog, playtime isn't about the game itself. It's about you, your voice, your energy, your laughter. When was the last time you truly played with your dog, not as a task, but as joy? Tell me in the comments. I bet they still remember it. And when the laughter fades, there's another kind of adventure, waiting, one that doesn't rush or race but discovers. Let's explore that next. The walk that turns into a shared journey. Act 3. Adventure. Turn every walk into a shared discovery. To us, a walk might just be another routine, same street, same path, same 20 minutes before dinner. But to your dog, every step outside is a brand new world, alive with stories we can't see. That patch of grass you pass every day, it's a message board, filled with scents from dogs that came before. That gust of wind that makes them stop suddenly, it's carrying whispers of places and creatures long gone, but still remembered in their senses. When your dog tugs on the leash or pauses for too long, they're not being stubborn, they're trying to share something beautiful with you. Dogs don't crave routine, they crave novelty wrapped in safety. Turn left instead of right. Let them choose the direction just once. Follow their nose for a few steps and see what they're trying to show you. You'll notice how their tail lifts, how their body relaxes, how joy returns to their walk. Science even tells us that dogs who explore new routes release more feel-good hormones, the same ones we feel when we travel somewhere new. Because to them, every corner, every breeze, every sound is an invitation to wonder. And when you let them lead even for a moment, you're telling them, "I trust you. I see the world with you, not just through you." So tomorrow when you grab that leash, don't think of it as a chore. Think of it as an adventure shared between two souls who speak different languages but feel the same joy. Where does your dog love to take you the most? The park, the quiet street, the beach? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know what their favorite little world looks like. And after every adventure, when the world slows down and the leash comes off, something even deeper begins, the quiet touch that says, "I'm here, I care. You're safe." Let's talk about that next. Act 4. Touch. Healing through gentle contact. There's something almost sacred about the way a dog leans into your hand, that quiet surrender, that unspoken trust. A simple touch can calm storms inside them you'll never see. It tells them everything they need to know. You're safe. You're loved. You belong. When you brush their fur, it's not just grooming, it's connection. When you scratch behind their ear, they melt, not just because it feels good, but because it means you notice them. And when your fingers trace the rhythm of their heartbeat, something magical happens. Two nervous systems sync. Two souls slow down together. Science has a name for this: oxytocin, the love hormone. It rises in both of you when your hands meet their fur, when your voice softens, when you simply stay. That's why even the smallest touch can heal anxiety, quiet fear, and deepen trust more than any treat ever could. Your dog doesn't remember the last toy you bought, but they'll always remember how your hand felt: warm, gentle, patient. And in that simple moment, they feel what words can't express. So tonight, when you pass by them on the way to bed, don't just say goodnight. Pause. Kneel. Let your hand rest on their chest. Feel that steady beat. That's not just their heart. That's your connection, alive and grateful. Do you have a special spot your dog loves to be touched, that one place that makes their eyes close and their body sigh? Share it in the comments. It might be different for every dog, but the meaning is always the same: love. And sometimes love isn't only felt through touch or words. It's spoken through tone, the way your voice wraps around their name like music. That's what we'll explore next. Act 5. Speak their language. Presence over words. Your dog doesn't really understand your words, but they understand you. Every tone, every breath, every pause carries a message far deeper than any command ever could. When your voice is calm, they relax. When you're tense, they feel it before you even speak. They don't listen with their ears, they listen with their heart. That's why your voice can be their comfort or their storm. Try this the next time you call their name. Soften your tone just a little. Let your breath slow. Say their name like it's a melody, not an order. Watch what happens. Their eyes will lift, their tail will move, and for a brief moment the space between you disappears. Dogs respond to energy, not volume. You can whisper with love and they'll hear you louder than any shout. You can say nothing at all, just breathe, and they'll understand everything. That's the quiet language of trust. Every day you're teaching them how safe the world feels, not through words, but through presence. And when you master that gentle rhythm, your voice steady, your heart open, your dog feels it. They walk closer, they sleep easier, they become calmer because your energy tells them all is well. So today, try speaking less and feeling more. Let your tone be kind, your silence peaceful, your presence the message. Because sometimes the most loving thing you can say is simply being there without a single word. Have you noticed how your dog reacts to your tone? Maybe a soft good boy, or even just your laughter. Share that moment below. Those tiny exchanges are where real communication lives. And once your voices are in tune, something even deeper begins, the kind of care that goes beyond affection and becomes a promise. That's what we'll talk about next. Act 6. Care. Health as an emotional promise. Every time you feed your dog, brush their fur, or wipe their eyes, you're doing more than taking care of a body, you're keeping a promise. The quiet promise you made the very first day they looked up at you and trusted. You'll protect me. Dogs rarely show pain. They hide it the way they once did in the wild, because weakness used to mean danger. So they count on you to see what they can't say. A limp that fades too quickly. A cough that seems harmless. A dull patch of fur that wasn't there yesterday. To them, your awareness is safety. When you notice those tiny changes, when you take the time to check their paws, clean their ears, or visit the vet before it's too late, you're saying, "I see you. I care for you." Even if they don't understand the medicine or the exam table, they understand your energy, your calm, your patience, your love. Touch grooming. Gentle care, these aren't chores. They're rituals. Moments when your hands tell their heart you matter. Studies even show that dogs who receive regular gentle touch have lower anxiety and stronger immune systems. But beyond science, it's something simpler: love made visible. So the next time you're brushing their coat, don't rush. Let it be slow. Let it be peaceful. Let them feel that they're more than a responsibility, they're family. Because when care turns into connection, even the smallest gesture becomes a bond that can't be broken. Do you have a little routine with your dog, maybe cleaning their paws after a walk or checking their fur before bed? Share it in the comments. That small ritual might be their favorite moment of the day. And after every act of care, when the world quiets down, there's one thing your dog loves most: to simply rest beside you, safe and content. Let's go there next. Act 7. Rest, stillness, and safety. There's a kind of love that doesn't need play or words, only stillness. It's in the way your dog curls beside you at night or sighs softly when you finally sit down. That's not just comfort, that's trust. When your dog sleeps near you, their body is telling you something their voice never could. You are my safe place. In the wild, dogs rest only near those they trust completely. That instinct never fades, even inside warm homes with soft beds. They listen for your breath, match your rhythm, and in that shared quiet, both of you heal. Science calls it co-regulation, when two beings rest together. Their heart rates and breathing align, lowering stress for both. But to your dog, it's simpler: it's home. So the next time they lie close, don't move away too quickly. Let them stay. Let them know they don't have to earn that peace, they already belong to it. Even 10 minutes of quiet together can say what hours of words never will. You might notice they dream, paws twitching, nose flicking, tiny sounds escaping. In those dreams, you're there too. You always are. Does your dog have a favorite place to rest, maybe by your feet or pressed against your side? Tell me in the comments. That spot says more about your bond than anything else. And after rest comes renewal, a way to lift their heart with the simplest thing of all: your words. Let's explore that next. Act 8. Praise, words that lift their heart. Have you ever seen the way your dog's tail moves when you say "good boy" or "good girl"? That tiny wag isn't pride, it's joy. Pure, glowing joy. Because to your dog, your words are music. They don't understand the grammar, but they feel the warmth. Every gentle praise tells them you're safe, you're seen, you're enough. And the truth is, dogs don't need big rewards, they crave emotional clarity. When your tone is kind, they relax. When you smile, they bloom. Too often we correct more than we celebrate. But the smallest moment of recognition, a soft thank you, a quiet good job, can build a confidence that lasts a lifetime. It tells them they're doing right, not because they obeyed, but because they're loved. Studies show that dogs respond more to positive tone than to specific words. It's not the message, it's the melody. So say their name softly. Let your praise rise like sunlight, gentle and warm. You'll see it happen: the tilt of their head, the sparkle in their eyes, the little bounce in their step. That's the language of joy. And the more you speak it, the more they understand that being near you is their favorite place to be. When was the last time you praised your dog just for being them, not for doing something right, but simply for existing beside you? Try it tonight. Whisper it. Watch how their whole body smiles back at you. Because love isn't only about what you say, it's about what you leave behind in their heart. And that's where the next part begins. The memories that keep love alive long after time moves on. Let's talk about that next. Act 9. Memory. Love that never ends. There's a kind of love that doesn't fade, even when the paws grow slower and the muzzle turns gray. It's the quiet love that stays in the way they follow your voice, in the way they rest near your feet, in the way their eyes still search for you in every room. Dogs live shorter lives, but they fill them completely. Every walk, every game, every quiet evening by your side becomes a piece of forever in their heart. And when the years start to show, when the jumps turn into gentle steps, when playtime becomes nap time, they're not asking for anything new. They're just asking you to stay. You'll notice the little things: how they still wait by the door, even when they can't run like before. How they still lift their head when they hear your keys, even if it takes them a moment longer. That's love, steady, unwavering, patient. And when the day finally comes when they have to go, they don't take that love with them. They leave it behind, tucked quietly in your memories, in the smell of their fur, the sound of their paws, the space they once filled beside you. It becomes part of who you are. So don't rush past those moments. Take the photos. Sit a little longer. Say their names softly while they can still hear it. Because one day, those tiny ordinary moments will be the ones that mean the most. Wherever they are running free in fields unseen, that bond never breaks. It only changes shape. And in every dog you love after them, you'll recognize something familiar. A glance, a habit, a warmth that whispers, "I never really left." Have you ever had a dog who still lives in your memory? The one that changed the way you love? Share their name in the comments so their story keeps running a little longer. And as love carries through memory, it returns home to the place every dog longs for, most the feeling of belonging. Let's finish there. Act 10. Belonging. Home is you. Home. It's not just walls or a bed or a bowl in the kitchen. To your dog, home is you, your voice, your scent, your footsteps in the hall. It's the rhythm of your life, the sound of your morning coffee, the way you sigh at the end of the day. That's what they wait for. That's what makes them feel safe. Dogs don't understand time the way we do. To them, every return, whether after 5 minutes or 5 hours, feels like a miracle. That little dance they do when you walk through the door isn't just excitement, it's relief. It's their heart saying, "You came back. My world is whole again." Belonging to a dog is built from rhythm, the soft predictability of love. They memorize your habits like a song when you wake, when you rest, when you smile. And when that song breaks when we're gone too long, or too often, they feel the silence deeply. Because for them, love lives in routine. Safety lives in presence. But belonging is also inclusion. Do they know they have a place in your day, your space, your heart, not just as a pet, but as family? When they understand that they bloom, they walk with confidence, they rest without worry, they stop searching because they've already found home in you. So tonight, when you see your dog lying quietly nearby, remember that's not coincidence. That's trust choosing to stay close. All they've ever wanted isn't perfection, it's consistency, warmth, and the comfort of knowing where they belong. Your dog doesn't need grand gestures. They just need to know that your heart has room for them every day. Because in their eyes, love doesn't live in moments, it lives in you. Where does your dog feel most at home, a corner, a couch, or right beside you? Share it in the comments. That's their favorite place in the world because it's yours too. And as this video ends, remember this. They spend their whole lives waiting for these moments. Your presence, your care, your voice, your love. Be the home they dream of every single day. Now you know love for a dog isn't measured in treats or toys. It lives in your tone, your presence, your touch, your time. To them, every quiet glance, every gentle word, every shared breath says, "You are my world." So tonight, when your dog leans a little closer, when they sigh and rest beside you, remember they've been waiting for this moment all along. What's one thing your dog has taught you about love? Tell me in the comments, I'd love to read your stories. And if this video helped you see your dog through new eyes, stay with us. Because in the next one, we'll explore the tiny everyday signs that show just how deeply your dog loves you back. Until then, keep loving them the way they've always loved you.